Now you're going to see repeat in ingredients that I use, and there's a good reason for that. These are the purest ingredients, and these are what make food taste delicious. You don't have to get complicated in your ingredients. It's just a matter of simple, delicious cooking at the right timing, the right temperatures. We have olive oil and butter in this one. We're going to add our slithered garlic. We're adding a lot here because this is shrimp scampi and this should be garlicky. So we're going to let our oil heat with the butter. Now here's a careful thing because butter has a lower temperature than olive oil for heating. So you've got to watch this carefully and blend it together. Also, what's wonderful in here is crushed red peppers. I also like to use a lot of heat, and you've seen that in my recipes. Oh, this was very generous, and it's going to be very delicious. I'm going to mix the butter and the oil together to make sure that it's blended. I smell garlic and the butter and the olive oil. That's delicious. All right, we'll just throw in other things now, waiting for the oil to heat up enough to cook our shrimp. I'll throw in the parsley. Let me talk to you about shrimp. When you buy shrimp, the best way to buy it is frozen. Because basically, that's the way shrimp comes into our markets, is frozen. When you buy it, what you think is fresh is defrosted already, which is not a good idea to refreeze it. The best way to buy shrimp is to go into the market and buy a bag of frozen shrimp. They're individually flash frozen, so you can use as many or as little as you want when you're cooking. And then you just keep that in the freezer, and it's one of the fastest things. If you have frozen shrimp, all you have to do is set it in warm water for just a few minutes. So if you need a dinner in a pinch, having shrimp in your house is really great. We're serving it with rice today, but you can also serve it over pasta. So I'm going to lay them in one at a time because I don't want them to step on top of each other. Now, shrimp does not have to be cooked very long, just like other fish. It's really going to cook quickly, and how are you going to know? It's going to be pink. And once you start seeing it pink around the edges, then you turn it over to the other side. Can fit a few more in. I'm going to have a look at our rice. Almost done. What I see now is no more liquid, but I could see that it needs a little bit more time. All right, our shrimp are starting to turn pink. I'm still squishing them in there. I think we've reached capacity. It looks like our shrimp is just about ready to start turning over. So I'm going to turn them over one at a time. You can do it all at once, but I know I put them in there very individually, so I'm going to try to turn them over at the same time. That's great. That's looking great. Okay, while that's cooking, I'm just going to get my salt and pepper. And we're going to add that at this time. Sea salt. It's always the best with the seafood especially. Not that you can't put it on everything. And our fresh ground pepper. We'll continue turning over the shrimp. You can see they're all nice and pink. All right, there we go. And I'm just going to put a little splash of wine. And let that sizzle a little. Here are beautiful red snappers come out of the oven. And I'm just going to taste this sauce. I taste the wine and the lemon and the fish. It's just wonderful. And to accompany it, we have perfectly cooked basmati rice, a great shrimp scampi, garlic, red peppers, parsley, and oil, and these beautiful shiitake mushrooms and kale, which we're going to add some salt to because remember we didn't salt it when it was cooking. And again, it's add your own to your taste. Now I'd like you to try this at home. I think this is going to be a great meal. and you can do any part of it, whether you want just the shrimp and the rice or the whole thing.